Hello, my name is Kimberly, and I've been here at True Grace for a little over a year. When I first got here, I was hurting, broken, disappointed, and felt like a rag that had been wrung out. I had just spent the last 6 years of my life taking care of my husband. It was really difficult, probably the most difficult time in my life. He had just moved to heaven about 8 weeks before my first time coming here to True Grace. I We had met, married, and served in the church over 30 years ago. I had, at this time, here I am, I'm 58 years old, and I'm like, my husband's in heaven. I have no income. I have no job. I have no savings, and I'm wore out. And I'm just like, okay, Lord, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go? And I'm just like, okay, Lord, I just want to be where you want me to be, doing what you want me to do as you have me to do it. Show me, help me, show me where to go. And it was either that day or the next day that I had a friend call me and ask me if I would be interested in being a driving instructor. And so I applied. I started coming to True Grace and I started serving. And it wasn't long. Apostle Larry had a class on the prophetic, an evening class. So I went to that and he gave me a word. The Lord gave me a word, the first one that I had received here, I think. And it was, he said, Kimmy, the Lord has brought you here to save your life. He's not done with you. You just need some healing and revelation. So I was, needless to say, I was blown away. I have received numerous words. I've been encouraged. I've been delivered. I've been healed. I've been freed. I've been blessed. I've been equipped to do what I could never do before. I just turned 60 on the 29th of September, and this year was the first year of my life that I ever was just me and the Lord. I had always been with family or a boyfriend or a husband and kids. I had never just been just me and the Lord. So because of how the Lord has been moving here, how he's been moving through Apostle and Pastor Heather and Apostle Catherine, I've been blessed, I've learned, I've grown, and I'm thankful and grateful for what he's been doing, how he's been changing us, how he's been rearranging us. Anybody that's been here for any amount of time can look around and see that we've all learned, we've all grown, and we're just so thankful for what the Lord's done, and that there's so much more for all of us, and he wants to do this everywhere. We just need to be hungry and open and looking to him and asking him, and he's going to guide us and direct us.
Did you want to share anything specific that maybe you've been delivered of?
Fear, anger, worry, doubt, stress, anxiety, generational curses. Well, like generational curses would have been like witchcraft, because I look back now and I knew that my mom and Nana loved me, but there was stuff going on. Like my Nana had a Ouija board. They always looked at horoscopes. They didn't know. I'm sure they didn't. I'm pretty sure they didn't know. There was demonic activity in our home. I didn't grow up in the church. It wasn't until I went to church when I was 29, when I first got saved and met my husband, and that it was like a whole new world. It was awesome, and I loved it. I felt more at home at the church than I did in my own home, but yet it was confusing because there was still, the Lord would move through people, and we'd get blessed and encouraged, and the Lord would use us, but yet there were fits of anger and disappointment, and we'd received miracles, and then I was believing for him to get healed, and he didn't, and he had received miraculous healings before, and so had I. So that's confusing, and God's not the author of confusion, and it's not his will, like Pastor Heather says, that it's hit and miss. God's not hit and miss. God's constant. So I'm thankful to be here because the anointing is here. I'm thankful for what the Lord's doing, and I'm thankful that finally the church is waking up and entering into what God's called us to all along. It was never his will for us to suffer like the world.
And what's some of the fruits that have come out of your life that you've noticed since deliverance?
Peace. Like I said, this is the first time in my whole life that I didn't live with somebody. And I was more at peace, just me and the Lord, than I was even when I was with family or with my husband. So I had the peace. I enjoyed the Lord's presence. I knew I wasn't alone. I didn't have to be afraid. Well, I would just encourage you to seek the Lord and ask him where he wants you to be and what he wants you to do and where to go. Ask him for help. Say, I don't know. I need your help. Show me. And he will. He's faithful and he loves you. And like I said before, he's got so much more for all of us. The revival is now, and the anointing is growing, and it's growing in all of us. And he's called us all to work in signs, wonders, and miracles. That's all of us. That includes you. So just know that he loves you and he's not done with you. God bless you.